Lovely viewers, gather around and settle into your favorite cozy spot, because today's story is one that is so heart-melting, so real, and so deeply touching that you might find yourself smiling through tears by the end of it. Yes, you read the title right. The ever-charming Lee Min-ho, global star, heartthrob, and now doting father, was recently caught on camera doing something so sincere and unexpected, it sent waves of emotion across the internet. He was cooking. But not just cooking for fun or for a TV show. He was cooking for none other than his beloved wife, Hye Kyo, shortly after she delivered their precious baby. Can you imagine that moment? The kitchen filled with the soft clinking of utensils, the aromatic scent of warm soup simmering, and the gentle hum of music in the background, while one of Korea's biggest stars stood barefoot in his home kitchen, chopping vegetables and carefully watching the pot. But here's the twist. He wasn't doing it for the camera. He didn't know he was being recorded. This moment wasn't staged. It was real, a glimpse into the private life of a man who, despite all the fame, chose to express his love through a bowl of steaming homemade comfort. Now, let's rewind a bit and walk through this extraordinary moment that fans are still buzzing about. Just days after Hye Kyo gave birth, a close friend of the couple who had been visiting them decided to document a sweet moment to share later as a keepsake. What they didn't realize was how emotional, intimate, and meaningful that moment would turn out to be. Not just for the couple, but for millions of fans across the globe. Lee Min-ho, in a soft white t-shirt and loose pajama pants, was seen standing over the stove, carefully ladling broth into a ceramic bowl. The kitchen was warmly lit, creating a soft glow that wrapped around him like a halo. The footage showed him tasting the soup, adjusting the seasoning, and smiling proudly to himself. It was obvious he wanted it to be perfect. Not just good but perfect for her. Hye Kyo, resting in their beautifully furnished living area, cradling their newborn baby, wasn't even aware she was about to be served a lovingly prepared meal by her husband. And that's what made it even more magical. Because in that brief but powerful moment, viewers saw a side of Lee Min-ho that was completely unfiltered. Not the actor, not the celebrity, but the man, the husband, the father. Our lovely viewers, can you feel the warmth of that moment? Imagine yourself standing there in the doorway, watching Lee Min-ho turn around with that soft smile of his, holding a tray with a small bowl of seaweed soup, rice and side dishes. The way he walked quietly, gently placing the tray beside Hye Kyo, whispering something only she could hear. It was love in motion. And she looked at him with eyes full of quiet gratitude, the kind that doesn't need grand gestures or loud declarations. Just presence, just sincerity. What's more touching is that fans noticed how much effort Lee Min-ho put into making sure the meal was traditional and nourishing. Seaweed soup, myeokguk, is a beloved dish in Korean culture, especially prepared for women after childbirth. It's packed with nutrients to help with recovery and symbolizes care, warmth, and protection. This isn't just any soup. It's the soup mothers remember forever. And to know that he made it himself, no chef, no help, just him in the kitchen, adds layers of meaning to the story. At that very moment, social media exploded. The footage, though short and clearly not professionally filmed, went viral. It didn't need filters or edits. It didn't need music or effects. Because the scene itself was pure magic. Fans began pouring in messages of love, admiration, and joy. Hashtags like hashtag Lee Min-ho cooks for Hye Kyo and hashtag Min-ho family moments started trending globally. People from all corners of the world, from Seoul to Sao Paulo, were united in collective awe of this tender moment. Let's pause for a second, dear viewers, and just reflect. What does it mean when someone cooks for you, especially after such a life-changing moment like childbirth? It means love. It means gratitude. It means, I see you, I honor you, and I cherish you. And that's exactly what Lee Min-ho communicated in that humble bowl of soup. He didn't need to buy diamonds or book a fancy restaurant, although we're sure he does that too. In that quiet act, he became a pillar of love and support. As the video continued, we saw Hye Kyo gently lifting the spoon, blowing softly on it, and taking her first bite. Her eyes closed for a brief moment, perhaps savoring the flavor, perhaps just overwhelmed with emotions. Then she reached for his hand and held it. Nothing else needed to be said. That one gesture spoke volumes. Fans were quick to spot this, commenting how their connection was so deep that words weren't always necessary. They simply understood each other. Some even speculated that this might have been the first meal she had since delivery, and knowing it came from her husband's hands made it all the more nourishing. And while the camera didn't capture much audio, the few murmured words exchanged between the couple revealed a layer of domestic bliss that many dream of but rarely see. And let's talk about the kitchen itself, lovely viewers. Fans got a peek into their home, tastefully decorated, minimalist yet warm, with a balance of modern appliances and traditional touches. The kitchen island was lined with small jars of herbs and spices, a wooden cutting board with remnants of scallions and garlic, and a little baby monitor playing quietly in the background. Yes, even while cooking, Lee Min-ho was keeping an ear out for their baby. Isn't that just everything? Now let's zoom out a bit. What does this tell us about their relationship post-baby? Many fans have been wondering how the dynamics of their relationship would evolve after welcoming their child. And this moment answers that question perfectly. Their love has only grown stronger. Parenthood has deepened their bond, has grounded them. It has transformed their home from a romantic retreat to a sanctuary of family, love, and shared responsibility. And it's not just us saying this. Several close sources have come forward to say that Lee Min-ho has been hands-on from the very beginning. From attending birthing classes with Song Hye Kyo to learning how to change diapers, soothe the baby, and even sing lullabies, he has embraced fatherhood with open arms. And cooking that soup. It was just one of the many ways he's been showing up for his family. One friend even shared that he spent hours researching traditional Korean postpartum recipes, calling his mother and aunts for advice, wanting to ensure that what he made was not just delicious but restorative. Another source revealed that he stayed up with the baby several nights so that Song Hye Kyo could get a few hours of uninterrupted sleep. Isn't that just heartwarming? Let's not forget how this moment also gave fans an opportunity to reflect on their own relationships. Many shared stories in the comments about their spouses, their families, and how seeing someone care for their partner in such a way renewed their own hope and love. That's the ripple effect of genuine love. It inspires. And oh, the baby. While the camera didn't focus on the baby for privacy reasons, viewers could hear a tiny giggle in the background as the clip faded out, reminding everyone that this love story has now blossomed into a beautiful family journey. A journey that fans feel a part of, not just because of the public spotlight, but because of how real and relatable moments like these are. Our cherished viewers, have you ever seen such a powerful image? Not of red carpets or dazzling lights, but of love served in a bowl, with quiet steps, soft whispers, and a heart full of devotion. It reminds us that no matter how famous someone is, the truest expressions of love are often the simplest. Home-cooked meal, held hand, a warm smile, shared silence. And you know what else is amazing? This one moment has opened the doors to so many more. Fans are now eagerly watching for new updates, new clips, and new stories about their family life. Already, there's talk of a possible cooking vlog series featuring Lee Min-ho where he shares some of his favorite recipes, including that special postpartum soup. Wouldn't you love to watch that? Imagine him walking you through each step with that calming voice and cheeky grin. There's even buzz that Song Hye Kyo might write a short memoir or personal blog series about her journey through motherhood and love, featuring stories like this one. If that happens, we'll be the first to celebrate and bring you all the heartwarming details. But for now, let's hold on to this image. Lee Min-ho, apron slightly crooked, hair a bit messy, humming a lullaby under his breath while stirring a pot of soup for the woman he loves, in a home filled with laughter, baby giggles, and the comforting scent of new beginnings. Because sometimes, the greatest love stories aren't found in dramas or films. Sometimes they're found in the quiet clatter of a kitchen, in the softness of a spoonful of soup, and in the eyes of someone who says, "I love you," not with words, but with actions. So to all our wonderful viewers, what do you think? Could this be the most heartwarming moment yet in Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo's love story? Do you believe that these small, genuine acts are the true foundation of everlasting love? Let us know in the comments. We're dying to hear your thoughts, your reactions, and your own stories of love like this. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your soup warm. Because love, as we've seen today, often begins in the kitchen. Soon after that viral clip made its way across the internet, messages of admiration came flooding in, not just from fans in Korea, but from across continents. Mothers from the Philippines shared stories of their own partners mimicking the gesture, cooking seaweed soup for them after childbirth. Viewers from Nigeria praised how this moment challenged outdated ideas of masculinity, showing that real strength lies in care and emotional presence. And fans from the US, Canada, India, Brazil, South Africa, and beyond sent in messages saying how deeply touched they were. Our dear international viewers, this is your moment too. Your responses became part of the love story. Thousands of fan edits, tribute videos, and TikTok duets sprung up overnight, with captions like, "This is what real love looks like," and "If he's not like Lee Min-ho, I don't want him." But beyond the humor, there was truth. This moment reshaped how many view love, marriage, and fatherhood. And you know what's even more beautiful? The way both their families reacted. Close insiders revealed that Song Hye Kyo's mother, upon seeing the clip, broke into tears. Not because of the fame or the attention, but because she saw the immense love her daughter was wrapped in. She reportedly told friends, "I see in him the care I once gave her as a baby. She's in good hands." Isn't that just deeply moving? Lee Min-ho's parents were also said to be overjoyed, with his mother smiling proudly and saying, "He's not just a son anymore. He's a man, a father, and a husband with a heart." The video was even played during a small family dinner where their relatives all gathered to celebrate the baby's 1-month milestone, clapping and tearing up all over again. How amazing is that? And speaking of milestones, let's talk about what this meant for their first few weeks as new parents. While many celebrities hire full-time help or retreat to luxury postnatal centers, these two chose to stay home. They wanted to be hands-on. They wanted to do this together. And that makes their bond even stronger. From midnight diaper changes to lullaby duets, fans learned through insider tidbits that Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo have turned their home into a harmonious rhythm of love and parenting. They take turns with night duties, with Lee Min-ho sometimes humming soft tunes while rocking the baby gently in his arms, while Song Hye Kyo whispers sweet nothings and kisses their child's forehead with endless affection. And yes, our lovely viewers, we have it on good authority that the cooking hasn't stopped there. Since that viral seaweed soup clip, Lee Min-ho has made it a daily mission to prepare meals for his wife and even started documenting the process. Just for her. Think little recipe cards with notes like "Tuesday's love meal" or "Energy booster for my queen." Can you just imagine opening your lunch and seeing a sweet message in your partner's handwriting? Our hearts can barely handle it. One particularly adorable moment that fans have heard about through very trusted sources is when Song Hye Kyo tried to surprise him by cooking his favorite kimchi stew, only to get flustered and call him into the kitchen. What did he do? He kissed her on the forehead, tied her apron tighter and said, "Let's make it together." Now that's what partnership looks like. And let's not forget their baby. Though the couple has remained private about sharing full photos or the baby's name, fans have lovingly nicknamed the child Little Star. And how fitting that is, because this baby has truly become the center of their galaxy. A soft coo from Little Star is enough to melt both their hearts and send Lee Min-ho sprinting from wherever he is in the house. Song Hye Kyo, glowing in her new role as a mother, has reportedly said to friends that she never knew she could love someone this deeply. That every time she looks at their child, she sees a piece of Lee Min-ho and a piece of herself. That the journey of parenthood has become the most fulfilling chapter of her life. Isn't that what we all dream of, dear viewers? A love that grows with every sunrise, that deepens with every shared responsibility, and blossoms into something eternal with the birth of a child. As time went on, fans noticed something else. Lee Min-ho became more grounded, more gentle, more emotionally present in his public appearances. Whether it was the softer tone in interviews, the deeper pauses in his answers, or the fond little glances when reporters mentioned family, he was clearly a changed man. Not in a dramatic way, but in the most meaningful, lasting way. And the cooking moment, it's now become iconic. Several fan art pieces, digital illustrations, and even short webtoons have been created depicting that exact scene. In one especially viral fan art, Lee Min-ho is drawn with a little baby carrier on his chest, stirring soup with one hand and feeding Song Hye Kyo with the other, all while she giggles adorably. What's even more beautiful is how this moment has sparked a new trend online. the Love in Action Challenge. Fans are sharing real-life stories of acts of love they've witnessed or experienced. Simple, powerful gestures like preparing a loved one's favorite meal, helping a partner with newborn care, or even just sitting by their side during tough times. All of these stories, inspired by one quiet act of love, are spreading like ripples in a pond. Can you see it now, lovely audience? One moment, one bowl of soup, one quiet clip filmed by a friend. That's all it took to start a worldwide movement of appreciation, love, and emotional vulnerability. And we're here for it. And as for Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, insiders say they've embraced the support with so much grace. They've read the messages, seen the fan videos, and are overwhelmed with gratitude. In fact, one insider even hinted that they're considering doing a short thank you video for their fans. A quiet, intimate clip of them cooking together and maybe, just maybe, letting us hear the sound of little stars' giggles. So as this love story continues to unfold, know that you, our beautiful viewers, are a part of it. You witnessed the beginning, celebrated the milestones, and now, together, we're watching love bloom in the most unexpected and heartwarming ways. To every mother, every father, every partner, every friend out there, may this story remind you that love doesn't need grand stages. Just needs sincerity, a warm bowl of soup, helping hand, patient heart, and a willingness to show up every single day. Now tell us in the comments, what moment touched you the most? What would you do if your partner cooked for you like that after childbirth? Would you cry, hug them, film them for future memories, or simply hold their hand and whisper, "Thank you"? We can't wait to hear your stories, your feelings, your reactions. This channel isn't just about celebrities. It's about love, connection, and the beauty of ordinary moments made extraordinary. Until next time, keep your hearts warm, your kitchens full of love, and remember, sometimes the most unforgettable love stories begin in the soft steam of a home-cooked meal.